Here again with another Shameless Season 8 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you aren't caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, I have indeed seen Shameless all the way through at least one time. Some episodes I've seen more than others, and I really like the show. Now I know there's a big dip in quality, and I think we're experiencing a slight dip right now in Season 8, and I know the last two seasons, in my opinion, are utterly terrible, but right now I'm enjoying the show for the most part, and I want to review all the episodes of Shameless. So with all that in mind, this will be Shameless Season 8, Episode 7. The title of this episode is called Occupy Fiona. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Fiona's sleep is interrupted by Ian splashing a bucket of water on her. What the fuck? It is nice, however, to see Fiona's nipples very hard. I don't know if she does any more nude scenes for the rest of the series that she's on it, but we shall see. I can't remember. Carl and Debbie listen to this happening from downstairs as they're eating breakfast, and Frank's ready for a job interview. Liam's doing chores for Carl in terms of helping the people in the basement get sober with his new business. Brad comes into the kitchen and Brad's ugly crying on the floor now. And Debbie gives him a pep talk. Kev's watching stuff on how to be dominated, like hardcore porn. And he's a little concerned that he's doing that with the kids around, but he says he has it on no volume. And V just wants to feel a tiny bit controlled. You be in charge, Kev, and then V goes to Patsy's. Brad's upset because he forgot Cammie's birthday. We gotta go to court today, Lip tells him. Carl has a bunch of people in the basement, including a younger woman. Her first appearance on the show, Cassidy. She tells Carl to go fuck himself after he asks about their family's income. Lip and Brad are at Patsy's, and Lip is trying to reach Clyde Ewings, Professor Ewings, and he's not being able to reach him at the moment because it's his court today that Brad and Lip have to go to. Debbie's coworker Nadine is pissed that Debbie no-showed for her shifts during the weekend, and Debbie's like, that won't happen again, I promise, da-da-da-da-da. Frank's interview didn't go so well. They didn't have any openings in management, even though they say, all positions available. You can apply for them, but it doesn't mean you're going to get them. And then Nessa notices Ian is egging Fiona's apartment building. Now Ian is spray painting the sidewalk. Lip goes to see Ewings and finds out that he relapsed. He's with Brad, of course, on the day that he had to go to court. So they've got Ewings in the shower. And he thinks he was just going away for a while, a long time, so that's why he relapsed. And then Ian's building a homeless city next to Fiona's building. Debbie encounters a rich snob while doing her parking attendant stuff, he's got a nice car, but he's a complete asshole. And then while in the shower, Ewings actually pukes on Brad. Now, Ian's outside Fiona's building saying, Occupy Fiona, with a megaphone. Now it's, fuck you, Fiona. They should just say, fucking Fiona, like Gus did in the episode titled The F Word, which I believe was the season 6 episode. And Trevor isn't really happy that Ian is using his kids to send these messages to Fiona. And Frank, again, has more bad luck at a job interview due to just his lack of experience. There's a lot of people that have the same qualifications as Frank or better qualifications as Frank. Safe word for our dominating session is going to be French fry, and it's paddle time. But Kev, obviously playing around with V, has already used the safe word French fry twice in about a 2-minute window. Fiona meets Ford, who Nessa knows and recommended as a guy who might be able to fix the sliding door in the building. She tells him about the neighbor dispute. Ford came on short notice, and he's also Irish. Fiona hears more chanting. Fiona is a cunt lord. And Ford offers to fix the door for free, just because it's a very rare thing these days, and he's going to go get his tools. Lip stops by Cammy's, and Brad is able to say happy birthday. I don't think Cammy really gives a shit at all. She just did this to be nice to Lip. And Cassidy suggests to Carl to do random stuff. She says her dad is rich as fuck, and basically hold people for ransom is what she, I put random stuff. I meant ransom stuff. So do ransom stuff to get money to pay for whatever he needs to pay for. And Lip actually gets Ewing's to court. The snob is back at the gate, the parking attendant stuff. He actually breaks the thing that goes up, and I don't know what the technical term for it is, but he actually rips it off, like grabs it by his arms and like throws it away so he can get through. What a jerk. Brad testifies for Ewing's. More dominating for V by Kev. Fiona introduces V to Ford and tells her he has a thing for doors. The fire department shows up at Fiona's apartment building, and that fireman is played by the guy that played in Dexter season 5, as well as briefly in Dexter season 6 and briefly in Dexter season 7. The guy that played Mike Anderson it was good to see him. And they want to do an inspection, so this is all Ian's doing. Fiona is pissed because of this. Game on, motherfucker! Lip testifies for Ewing's. Lip says that Ewing's paid for his rehab and he wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for Professor Clyde Ewing's. And then it's time for Ewing's to take the stand. And it's pretty obvious that at some point during their break, Ewing's had alcohol and he comes to the stand drunk. Ian leaves for a moment, and then Fiona says that there's free pizza and $20 in the park for everyone. And Geneva, all the people that were helping Ian, all the people leave, and then Geneva's the last one to take the offer, and she gets $40. So free pizza and $40. The rest get free pizza and $20 if they just leave the area. And then Fiona has some workers clean it up. Frank has to stand in a long line at a job fair. All the people are previous people that were in management. And then Frank goes to the alibi. The system is fucked. And Frank, good old Frank, is back. He wants a shot of JMO. And he wants Kev to leave the bottle. And then Frank meets a guy that wants to get into Canada. And Frank realizes it's a way for him to make money if he can get people, across the border or get things from across the border. Debbie has welded a garbage dumpster to the prick's nice car. Debbie tells Nadine she's fired, but it was worth it, and she'll be back to pick up her last paycheck. Cassidy's father pays the money, but he wants to know where Cassidy is. And then he gives Carl a message for Cassidy and also gives Carl $50. Fiona tells Ian that she wants to fix this. Fiona tells Ian he's acting like a toddler, and she asks if he's taking his meds. That, of course, makes Ian mad. He says he's tired of bitch assholes, and then Ian leaves. Fiona tells Trevor the place that she got, I guess she found a compromise, another building. She talked to Margot, and it's a good building, so please take a look at it. Frank's taking orders on what to pick up for people in Canada. Lip goes to see Ewing's in jail, and then he starts yelling at Ewing's. He tells Ewing's he wants to drink so fucking bad. Ewing says he appreciates all this help today, but he never asks for it, and he never asked for a thing. He says he chose booze a long time ago. You don't like what you see? Don't look, Ewing says to Lip. Trevor's waiting for Ian at the Gallagher porch. He tells Ian he went with Fiona to see the place, and he says Ian should buy it. Kev tells V no fabric softener in the girls' jammies. And then there's random things that Kev points out that irritate him. Carl's going to let Cassidy go, and she doesn't want to go. And then Cassidy pulls Carl's pants down and says, you don't want me to stay, or you don't want me to go. You want me to stay. Blowjob time, I assume. And then Lip and Brad have sandwiches at their Gallagher house. Fiona goes to see Ian in his bedroom. She says she wants things to be okay between us, and she tells Ian she loves him. And, I love you, and me too, Ian says. And then Frank is loading up the car to go to Canada, and then Kev bangs V and complains about everything that might irritate him about V, and V really, really likes that stuff. It gets her going for somehow, some way, and that's what ends the episode. So in this one, I'm going to give it an 8.2 out of 10. And as far as characters of the episode go, I mean, Lip and Frank for the males. You could even say Ewings, maybe even Brad. And then for the females, I kind of have a tough time between Fiona and Cassidy, but also you have to consider V and actually Kev. I mean, everybody did a standout thing in this episode. It's hard to choose, but I put Lip, Frank, and then Cassidy, Fiona as my characters of the episode, which I should just stick to one, but it's so difficult with such great performances. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm or anything else that you like to see on JDevTV that you like, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. Share this video with a friend that likes the show Shameless or any people that you know that might be interested in it. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms that you deem it shareable for. And don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you rate this episode, and whom, if you had to choose, would be your male and female characters of the episode? Or if you just want to do one, that's fine. Click right here for my Shameless series finale rant video, assuming you've seen every single episode of Shameless. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDevTV.